What is up, guys? How are you all today? Well, it didn't really rain much where I was, although I know the rest of Texas is probably getting rained on pretty good, and it's heading east. Some, same pattern as usual. So, as I said, from pretty much Houston to Florida, Louisiana, you got like South Mississippi, Alabama, it's always going to push down this way. And then you got the top of that's already gone. You got all this little earthquake swarm here, and then you got all the static finally going away here. Crazy, huh? When it comes to politics and stuff like that, I really don't get in that mix, cause I never really cared, and the reason being is because I did a little bit of time. You know what I mean? I'm the kind of person that throws things out there that way they can't be used against me later. When people like find out things about me, so I just say it up front, right? As if I was on a blind date or something, right? And I was like, hey, yeah, you ought to know that I'm a felon, right? She's like, oh, so you make less than 50,000 a year? I'm like, yeah. Nah, I'm pretty poor. You don't want me. Nah, but all reality to the side. Um, so in Texas, you weren't allowed to vote. So it just it never really occurred to me, the whole politics thing, man. And I never really got it anyways. And then especially this recent election, you just I kind of saw the bamboozle in it, I guess you could say. Bamboozle. And so I was like, well, oh well. But what I'm trying to get at is the trucker strike. You know, it doesn't matter what sector you decide to show your point in, whether it's energy, whether it's how do you say, transportation, whether it's you know eh, wherever. uh it doesn't matter. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. you know but at the same time, I can't help but look at it, and with the food shortage, the news hyping up the food shortage, to me that just seemed like it sped the process up. Does that make sense? Like they wanted to tell you because, for one, it's the truth. For two, if they tell everybody and then everybody's aware of it, then everybody has the same state of mind then. And that's probably a lot of the reason why you're seeing a lot of pictures and posts of empty shelves, because everybody has the same state of mind. So when the going was good, a lot of people may have, and a lot of people may not have had the chance to prepare because of maybe money or something. Money's getting harder to come by. And but like I said, everybody's got the same state of mind now. And so just be aware, because as I've said in previous videos, people's state of minds just aren't to par. I mean, and I can't even say my own is, because I mean, look at what we're talking about here. But is the truth. you know but the truth can be a little much too sometimes, and a hard pill to swallow. you know and even that can get some gears grinding in someone's mind. So sometimes you gotta like ease, wean it in there. But it's just, again, so when it comes to the trucker strike, I feel like it was also part of the plan to speed up this process. Does that make sense? Because through the internet you can bamboozle people by causing an event, knowing that people are always gonna take the cheese. They're always gonna go fall in the trap. And a lot of it has to do with social media, and that's why I had gotten off of it. And I realized this probably, like, I don't know, it's probably been about 5 years now. Because I was like trying to like delete mine, but I just had this like I wanted to like, man, I felt like I had to have it, right? Like, so I got back on, and when I did, I'm like scrolling down, right, and I'm like seeing everybody's posts, and it's like everybody looks like an old person, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, why does everybody look like they're like 80 years old? And it was, I guess, some new app that had come out. So because of this, it was like, man, everybody, every picture, every post was like an old person because everybody was taking pictures of themselves. And they were like, look at me, this is what I look like if I was, blah blah blah. And yeah, it's fun, it's cool, and it's a silly, but at the same time, you have to see it for what it is. And if it was a bunch of lab rats, people would be looking, the scientists would be looking at it like they're still doing it, they're still doing it. Well, as long as they're still doing it, then the experiment shall keep going, right? And then they do something else, and they're like, they're still doing it, they're still doing it. Right? Then let's keep going on with the experiment because they're gonna keep doing it. Does this make sense? I mean, I don't know how else to put it, and so I think if people really wanted to make a difference, I think where the difference would hurt, I guess you could say, the elite the most, is if we stopped listening to them. If you want a normal life, then maybe you should just keep acting as if they said nothing and keep living your life as normal without any of this crap, without any of anything. Just if everybody was just go back to the way it was because that's the only way people know. So I feel like it would be accepted. Everyone would just accept it, no problem, because there's nowhere else to go. Where else? How? You know? There is no answer. It's way past that. But y'all have a wonderful day. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Uh, if I don't come around, it's because they got me. But if they did, know that I took some with me. But no, more than likely, your boy Juice is the gingerbread man. And they can catch me if they can. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for listening.